Douglas Cooling and Heating, serving the Birmingham area for 38 years. 988-3706. That's Douglas.
I'm James Spann. This is the morning edition of the Weather Xtreme video. This is for Wednesday, the 25th of May. One more dry day today, but tomorrow weather begins to turn wet and potentially stormy. Now, let's talk about it. We'll check some of the Skycam shots around the network at the insane hour of 5 a.m. But look at the Decatur Skycam up in the Tennessee Valley. Nice to see some evidence of daylight as the days keep on stretching out. Of course, we're getting awfully close to that old summer solstice, which will be the longest day of the year in terms of the amount of daylight. Look at downtown Fayette and down to the south. Look at Opelika, looking fairly bright at 5 o'clock this morning. All right, who's tired of tornadoes? Raise your hand. My hand is up in the air. Big upper low over Kansas brought another big severe weather outbreak yesterday and last night to the southern plains. Looks like 36 reports of tornadoes, and actually within that high risk, not quite as many as you might expect. I think on the late afternoon update, they put the tornado probabilities up to 45%. And really not that many in Oklahoma, although there were 4 deaths just west of Oklahoma City. Had a rash of them down in the Dallas-Fort Worth area last night. Fortunately, no injuries there to my knowledge. And of course, around here, things were quiet. There's the watch warning map this morning. Wind advisories up for parts of West Alabama. It could be pretty breezy later today and tonight. And up north, there is one tornado watch this morning. That's until 8 a.m. for parts of Missouri and Illinois for those storms coming on through St. Louis now, but they have been weakening steadily for the past couple of hours. But later today, things should pick up again. A moderate risk of severe weather from the Mississippi Delta to near Indianapolis, and that would include Memphis and Cape Girardeau and Paducah, Kentucky, and Springfield, Illinois, and a slight risk surrounding that almost down to the Interstate 59 corridor, and that would be for that stuff creeping in here after midnight tonight. And then tomorrow, the standard slight risk is up for a pretty good chunk of Alabama in points north to the Great Lakes. And there's the probabilities, and that's the 15% probabilities, which is kind of the standard, not the enhanced 30% risk. And again, we'll be much more specific on this here in just a moment as we look at modeling. Then on day 3, which is Friday, a slight risk up in the northeast and also for parts of Oklahoma and Arkansas. But beyond tomorrow, we'll be quiet for quite a while thanks to a strong ridge building over the holiday weekend. Here's the QPF chart. Rain amounts vary from about 1.25 inches around the shoals down to barely enough to measure at Dothan. And they could really use some rain down to the south. They've got pretty serious drought conditions developing over South Alabama, and we could use some rain here. This is suggesting rainfall amounts of 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch. And we'll take all we can get tomorrow because after that it looks pretty dry for a while. Okay, this is the OZGFS, valid at 1 o'clock this afternoon. For those of you new, the GFS is the Global Forecast System. This is computer model output. We don't show this on television. That's why this is the Weather Xtreme video. We got the upper low near Kansas City. Down below that, the surface low directly underneath that. The system is vertically stacked, 1,000 millibars. And again, that's pretty favorable for severe weather. Arkansas and Missouri and in that moderate risk area later today. We'll go to tonight, just after midnight. This is 1 a.m. The surface low, 1,000 millibars. Your St. Louis. Active convection should be going on over western Tennessee and north Mississippi. And here's the problem. That stuff's going to creep in here after midnight, probably in the 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. time frame. And those storms could pack a punch. And these are pre-dawn storms. And then tomorrow at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, the surface low fills a little bit. It's 1,004 millibars, approaching Cleveland with a trailing batch of showers and storms. So let's go to the high-resolution RPM. All right, this is 2 a.m., just after midnight tonight. It looks like a squall line will be entering northwest Alabama. And I think it's got it. I think the model is correct. You might have, supercells over West Tennessee, Arkansas, and that should evolve into the squall line you see there. moving into the state after midnight. And inevitably within that line, a few severe thunderstorm warnings are likely, and there could be a tornado within that line. It's possible. Obviously, with a line like that, a linear type mode, the greatest chance would be from strong straight line winds. Then at 11 a.m., things kind of calm down. We've got rain, and at that point, I don't think we'll have any severe weather issues. And then tomorrow afternoon, about 4 o'clock, the storms begin to intensify. And that's the biggest question. Will we have more severe weather? Well, first off, it looks like the better chance of any strong storms tomorrow afternoon should be south and east of Birmingham by this time, by 4 o'clock. And with the better dynamics way up north and weakening, I think if we have any issues, it would be from, hail or strong winds. And then by 11 o'clock tomorrow night, worst of the weather over in Georgia near Atlanta. Check the severe weather parameters. This is the helicity at 6 a.m. in the lowest 1 kilometer of the atmosphere relative to storm motion. And the numbers keep coming up. The helicity values are up to over 200 here. And again, that's why we think there might be some risk of a tornado within that squall line early in the morning. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 a.m., something like that. In other words, we're going to be burning the midnight oil tonight. And there's the energy helicity index at 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. And again, the numbers are, pretty significant there. So I think what's going to happen, we'll have an after midnight line of storms coming in here tonight between midnight and, say, 6, 7 a.m. And some warnings will probably be needed. Mostly severe thunderstorm warnings, but a tornado warning, a definite possibility. Those storms weaken, more development later in the day. The main risk there would be hail and gusty winds, mainly south and east of Birmingham. Rainfall amounts 1/2 to 1 inch. So that's where it kind of stands now. This is nothing, and I mean nothing like April 27th, a month ago. But again, it involves everybody being on their toes. The state's awfully on edge and a bit nervous after seeing all of this, and we'll be up throughout the night to watch it for you and just kind of keep your weather radio on. If you got one of these fancy apps on your phone, be sure you can get the warnings. All right, Friday, it's all gone. The trough is weakening and moving east, deep upper low way up north, down below that. I think we can pretty much look at taking out that chance of a stray shower. We have mentioned that for tomorrow, mainly tomorrow morning, but I don't know, I think tomorrow will be Friday, dry, partly sunny, with highs in the low and mid-80s. Memorial Day weekend, dry as a bone. There's Saturday, we start to heat up. Upper 80s, Sunday, how about low 90s? Monday, Memorial Day, a monster 588 ridge over the whole eastern half of the nation, trough out west. Low 90s are likely. So a sunny, hot Memorial Day weekend to kick off the summer. Great weather at the Gulf Coast, across all of the state, whatever you want to do. And Tuesday of next week, deep cyclone there, moving up into Canada, but that won't bother us. And a week from today, same thing. Rain-free, low 90s, hot. Welcome to June and summer there. That's the 1st of June. Meteorological summer begins. What they're a little deeper, June 5th, monster ridge going nowhere. Actually, it's drifting a little west. And June 9th, the trough beats that thing down, and that's good. I don't like to see those big ridges so early in the summer. Let's get that thing beat down and maybe get a cold front in here. There's the surface chart, a weakening front. And, of course, the deep south, we're cold front graveyards in summer, but anything like that we'll take because once you get to July and August, we are really the cold front graveyard. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video today. We'll have notes on the blog. The next video here by 3:30 or so today. And if you're local to us, we invite you to watch us on television this evening, ABC 3340 in Birmingham at 5, 6, and 10. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and God bless.
Thank you for trusting us to be your #1 source for news
in all of Central Alabama.
in back-to-back ratings periods.
More people watched ABC 3340
than any other station in Birmingham.